I'm embarrassed. Yeah, thanks, Tips. Raptors lose 128-110 to the Cleveland Cavaliers at home. And now down 0-2 in the series. And, well, Raptor fans, do you feel embarrassed? Because I do. Credits to the Cavaliers. They came out and they played better than the Raptors did. You know what we saw today? LeBron and Kevin Love play well. And look what that did to the Toronto Raptors. You know, you look at the way they performed. LeBron had 43. Enough said. Love with 31. There you go. So guys that shot at a horrific percentage in the last game and didn't play well, and the Raptors still lost that game. Today, they combined for 74 points. Then you have J.R. Smith with 15. Jeff Green. Will you quit it? I know. Yeah, what is this? LeBron James pours in 43. I know. Jeff Green with 14. Korver, how many did he get? Oh, he only had 5. Would you look at that? But then George Hill, who had an awful game, he has 13. The Raptors played awful. First quarter, I mean, we've seen that in the first 2 games. They play well in the first. 29-26 Raptors after 1. And the rest of the game was just... The Raptors were playing catch-up the entire game. 35-34 at the end of the second... Or, like, that was the second quarter score. Raptors only up by 2 at the half. And you look at the way this second quarter went out, it was really back to, it was back and forth action. But Raptors slowly got their lead up to 9 at one point. And as we saw in game 1, late in the second quarter, Cleveland makes a big run and they cut it to 2 at the half. So we were up by 3 in the last game at the half. We're only up by 2 going into the half. But it's okay. Come on the third quarter and the Raptors will come out flying, right? Not even close. They come out flatter than a pancake. And the Cavaliers come out guns a-blazing. 37 points to 24. The Cleveland Cavaliers won the quarter. And the Raptors' 2-point lead, yeah, it's gone. It's 11-point advantage for the Cavs after 3. And you go to the fourth, and they just pile it on to start. The Raptors didn't play desperate. They didn't look good. They got it up to 19 points. The Raptors do dwindle it down to 13. They call a timeout. Oh, back up to 19 again. And the Raptors... They lose by 18, but it was a lot worse. They were down 20 at one point. It's embarrassing to see this 59-win Toronto Raptors team crumble once again against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're going to break things down here. The Raptors, they shoot 54%. They shoot 60% from the field. You can't allow that. Raptors shot 40% from 3. That's a pretty good percentage. Well, they shot 42. We only got to the free throw line 11 times. They got to the free throw line 23 times. Now, people don't start moaning at the referees. Because, yes, they were bad, and they made some ridiculously awful calls. But that's not the reason the Raptors lost this game. The Raptors lost this game for their inability to play basketball. They won on the offense on the glass by 1. The offensive boards were 5 apiece. Each team had 25 assists. Problem, turnovers. The Cleveland Cavaliers have combined for 8 turnovers in the first 2 games. The Raptors had 11 alone today. The inability to take care of the ball, and when they do turn the ball over, the Raptors have gotten punished for them. I think it was 20-something points off of turnovers in game 1. I don't know the exact number in this game. Look, the Cavs outplayed the Raptors. The funny thing is, when they get the ball back to LeBron behind the three-point line, 2 guys are running out at him. Look, I know it. I know he's a great player, and you want to try and double him. There's a difference between doubling and 2 guys just sprinting at a guy. Because all he has to do is swing and then find the wide open look, and it's an easy basket. And we were seeing that constantly here. He had 14 assists again in the game. I think he had another triple-double, didn't he? Only 8 rebounds, excuse me. The Raptors played atrocious. I mean, what? Ibaka? Abysmal. I don't know where he's been at all. Ever since the first 2 games against the Wizards, He's been ice cold and nowhere to be found. 2 points in only 12 minutes. He barely played. He was 0 of 5 shooting, 0 of 1 from 3. He was minus 10 on the floor. Awful. OG, 5 points, but he's playing against LeBron, so it's almost impossible. Right? He only gets the 5 points. He's 2 of 5 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3, minus 10 on the floor. JV, I mean, he was all right, I guess. 16 points, 12 rebounds in 27 minutes. Great percentage shooting, but he was a minus 11 on the floor. Lowry and DeRozan both get over 20. Lowry, 21 points, 8 assists. DeRozan, 24 and 3 assists. And Lowry goes 7 of 10 shooting, 3 of 6 from 3, but minus 18 on the floor. DeRozan, he was 47% shooting, 11 of 23, but 0 of 5 from 3 and minus 22 on the floor. If your starters are playing like that, you are never going to win a game. And the stat came out today. When was the last time the Toronto Raptors lost back-to-back home games? You guys remember that? Yeah, it was last year. I wonder who that was against. Oh, the Cleveland Cavaliers in round 2 of the playoffs. Sounds about right. Raptor fans, we try to be optimistic with this team. We try to say 59 wins, they're a good team. They get through Washington. All right, let's bring on the Cavs. We're feeling good. They barely got past Indiana. Oh, we can do it. Coming into the series, a lot of fans, I don't know about myself, I was all over the place, but a lot of fans thinking, oh, we can do this. We just got to find a way to contain LeBron, and you can do it. Well, clearly that's easier said than done. But it's the other guys that are killing us as well, and our own guys are killing themselves here. And now you've lost back-to-back home games. You're down 0-2 in the series, and now you go to a place you have never won a playoff game. I don't know what to say, guys. Van Vliet had 14 points on 5 of 10 shooting, 4 of 7 from 3. He was great. All the talk about him being injured, maybe he still is, but he didn't show it today. He was a dog out there. DeLon Wright with 5. Miles with 8 on 3 of 5 shooting, 2 of 2 from 3. Not sure why he's not taking any more shots. Siakam only a couple points. Pirtle with 8 and 2, 8 points, 2 boards. But all those points were early in the game. This team, they played awful. When you need to play good, they didn't. And now, I hate to say it, Raptor fans, but this series is going to be, I don't want to say next to impossible to come back from, but you're telling me you've got to win 4 out of the next 6, what? You have to win 4 out of the next 6 games? You have to go 4-2? Sorry, 4-1 the rest of the way, because if you go 4-2, well, they already have their 4 wins, so that would be mathematically gone. You got to go 4-1 the rest of the way to win this series. You got to win both in Cleveland. I don't care what anybody says. You win 1, great. That's a great thing. But you're still on elimination. And LeBron, when he gets a chance to eliminate people, he fires a dagger in them. Look, he's the best player in the world for a reason. People are going to say he's the best flopper, best actor, best, I don't know. Referees love him. They give him all the calls. I don't care what anybody says. From watching him over the course of his career and in the playoffs on all through the regular season, he is one of there's arguably Michael Jordan and all that crazy stuff, arguably the best player of all time. No question about it. And he shows it every second of the game. The guy played a full game against Indiana and got his team past them. Game 1, yeah, he didn't play the greatest, but he did everything else to help his team win that game. And he comes out, and I think didn't he play 47 minutes in game 1? 47! 1 minute off of a complete game. That would have been back-to-back complete games for him. And this guy's 33 years of age. And then today, the only reason he only played 41 minutes. You know why he sat for 7? Because he didn't need to play the rest. This is going to be really tough for this Raptor team. I don't know what to say, guys. I think I'm done. This team, it's embarrassing. Same time every year. The Raptors find a way to get past other teams. We're like, all right, this is our year. We're feeling good. You face LeBron, you hit a brick wall. Now, things can change in a heartbeat. You could go to the Q and win a game, and we'll all be like, what just happened? But I don't know. The odds are not in our favor at all. You're down 0-2. The team, I don't know how much confidence they have left. You're heading to a building that is ruckus. It's loud. And you got the Cleveland Cavaliers in front of their home court. It's going to be really tough for this Raptor team moving forward. Not saying they're eliminated, because until you lose 4, you're done. They've lost 2, but it's going to be really difficult to come back from this. You got to take it one game at a time. Next game is Saturday night in Cleveland, obviously, 8:30 tip-off. I mean, do I have to say it's a must-win? I mean, obviously it is, but today was too. So, I don't know. That's going to do it for this one, you guys. You guys enjoyed this video, and smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. What have you thought of these first 2 games for the Raptors? I mean, look at that first game, and the plenty of opportunities to win that. And imagine if they did, might have been a different situation today. But instead you lose, and now you're down 0-2. All right, so let me know what you guys thought about the game, what happened, all that great jazz. And I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday night, podcast edition. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Go check that out, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy that. Link is in the description for the podcast itself on iTunes. I don't know if I already said that. I've just been thinking so much right now. I'm sweating my buckets right now. It's crazy. And we'll also talk. Twitter's down there in the description, you guys. Go check that one out. Send me a DM. Follow up all that great jazz. And we'll talk to you guys. Blue Jays edition very shortly. Game 1 of the doubleheader happened. It was a crazy one. We'll get into in a second. But the Blue Jays won that one. They get back in the win column. Game 2 is going on right now. But I'll get Game 1 out to you guys ASAP. And we'll talk to you guys Rappers edition, I guess. I mean, Game 3 Saturday night. It won't be in my dojo. Just giving you guys a heads up right there. Actually, no. Excuse me. I was totally wrong. It'll be later than usual, and it won't be in the. It'll be in the same dojo. You guys get the hint. All right, so we'll talk to you guys Saturday night. I guess hoping for a Raptors victory in the queue. I mean, it's gonna be tough, but we'll talk to you guys then.